Hello, I Gurmeet Singh welcome you to CREATA classes. In this lecture, we will cover exercise 13.3 chapter statistics for class 10th student. Note that this lecture is part of the complete series on statistics for class 10th student. For other lecture, refer the link in the description. Also, you will get the formula list and the quizzes related to other chapters too. So without taking any further time, let's start with the lecture. Let's take question number 1. So this is the question number 1. In this question, the data is given related to the monthly consumption of electricity of 68 consumers of a locality. The data is related to electricity consumption, that is how much electricity the consumers are consuming. Let's understand the data. In the first column, the monthly consumption are given in units. The range is given like 65 to 85. The range has a difference of 20 units. Further, in the second column, we are having the number of consumers. For example, 4 consumers are using the electricity in the range of 65 to 85 units. On the extreme end, 4 consumers are using the electricity in the range of 185 to 205. That is on the larger end. The understanding of the data is very important. It will tell you what we are going to solve in the question. Just blindly applying the formula will give the result, but it will not build the basic understanding. Why we are solving this question, what is the practical implication behind this question. So here we will find median, mean and mode of the data. Firstly, we will find the median. So what is the first step in calculating the median? The first step is adding one more column known as cumulative frequency. And what we do in the cumulative frequency? We add the frequency up to that row. Let's see what I mean. In the first row, the 4 will come. In the second row, addition of all the frequency up to that row will come, which is 4 plus 5. We can add 4 plus 5 or we can also add 4 plus 5. Okay, it will be same, which is 9. Further, in the third row, the addition of all these 3 frequencies will come, which is 4 plus 5 plus 13, which is 22. Or we can also say 9 plus 13. It will also be equal to 22. Got it? This is the cumulative frequency. We are adding all the frequency up to that row. Next, it will be 22 plus 20, that is 42. Further, 42 plus 14, it is 56. 56 plus 8, it is 64. And 64 plus 4, it is 68. We got the cumulative frequency of all the row. Note that here it is 68. It means the addition of all the frequency. If you add all the frequencies, all the consumer, it will comes out to be 68. We can also refer the question in which the data is given related to 68 consumers of a locality. So the addition will be 68. This is a type of cross check. You can refer the data in the question and you can match it with the end row of the column. The addition, it is 68. So let's move further and calculate the median. This is the formula of median. For reference, we will use it at the later stage. The next step in calculating the median is calculating n by 2. And what is n? N is 68. So n by 2, it is 34. Got it? Now we have to locate in which of the cumulative frequency our 34 will come. If you refer the third row, it is having total 22 observation. Up to 22 observation, our third row is coming to the picture. And after 22 observation, our fourth row is starting, which is having up to 42 observation. So our 34th observation will be in the fourth row, this row. Got it? We have to locate in which row our n by 2 will come, which is 34. It will come in the fourth row. Further, this range 125 to 145, it will be called the median class. The range 125 to 145 will be called the median class, and our median will lie somewhere between 125 to 145. Got it? Let's find the other component of the formula. Firstly, L, which is a lower limit of the median class. Our median class is 125 to 145. So the lower limit L, it will be 125. Further, let's find the class interval H, which is upper limit minus lower limit. 145 minus 125, it is 20. Next, the frequency F, which is the frequency of the median class, which is 20. Next, the cumulative frequency CF, which is a cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. So this is the median class and this class is before the median class. So CF will be 22. Got it? CF is not the cumulative frequency of the median class. It is a cumulative frequency of the class before the median class. So here we got CF as 22. We got all the component of the formula. Let's put it into the formula. Let's solve it. On solving, we got the median as 137. Note that 137 is in the range of 125 to 145. So our understanding and the answer is correct. The median, it is 137. Got it? We got one part of the question. Next, we will find the mode. Mode and median are somewhat similar. So let's calculate the mode. This is the formula of the mode. Let's find the various component of this formula. Our first step in calculating the mode is locating the maximum frequency. Out of all these frequencies, 20 is the maximum frequency, which will be called F1, the maximum frequency. And the range corresponding to the maximum frequency, it will be the modal class. So the range 125 to 145 will be the modal class. Okay, and the lower limit of this modal class, it is L. So we got L, that is the lower limit of the modal class, as 125. Further, the class interval we have already calculated. It is upper limit minus lower limit. 145 minus 125, it is 20. F1 we got as 20. And what is F0 and F2? F0 is the frequency before the modal class frequency, and F2 is the frequency after the modal class frequency. F0 we got as 13, F2 we got as 14. Okay, we got all the component. Now we can easily use the formula. Let's put all the values into the formula. Further, let's solve it. On solving, we got the answer, that is mode as 135.77. Note that our answer, that is the mode 135.77, is in the range of 125 to 145. So again our answer is correct. The mode should be in the range of the modal class. Got it? We have calculated the median, we have calculated the mode. Now let's find the mean. The first step in calculating the mean is adding one more column called the xi, the class mark, the observation, which is the midpoint of the range. We are having the range, for example, like 65 to 85. We have to locate the midpoint. The midpoint, it is 75. We can also use the formula, the lower limit plus upper limit upon 2, which is 65 plus 85 upon 2, which is 75. Or you can directly locate the midpoint by seeing the observation, the range. We can easily locate the midpoint, which is 75. In the next row, the midpoint of 85 to 105, it is 95. Further, the midpoint of 105 to 125, it is 115. Further, it is 135, 155, 175 and 195. You are open to use the formula, the lower limit plus upper limit upon 2, or you can directly locate the midpoint. We got the column as xi. Now we are open to use the direct method. This is a formula, or we can go to the next method, that is the assumed mean method, and this is the formula. And how we decide which method we will use? It will base on the simplicity of the calculation. Here, if we use the direct method, we have to multiply fi with xi, and the calculation will become tough. So we will go to the next method, that is the assumed mean method. And what we do in the assumed mean method, we calculate the deviation, which is di. And how we calculate the deviation? We assumed any of these observation as the assumed mean, and we subtract the assumed mean from all the value of the observation. Let's see what I am saying. The first step is assuming any of these values as assumed mean. We generally take the middle number as assumed mean. Here we will take 135 as assumed mean, which is A. But you are open to take any of the value as assumed mean. The answer will not change. Okay. So we got A as 135. The next step, we will calculate the deviation. We will subtract our assumed mean from all these values. 75 minus 135, it is minus 60. 95 minus 135, it is minus 40. Further, it is minus 20, 0, 20, 40 and 60. We got the value of deviation, which is di. Okay. Now again we are having two options. Either we can go with the assume mean method, in which we will calculate Fy into di, or we can go to the next method, which is a step deviation method. So how we choose in which method we have to go? It depends on the class size, whether we can divide all the values of the deviation with the class size or not. Let's understand this. Firstly, let's see what is the class size, which is upper limit minus lower limit. For example, 85 minus 65, it is 20. In all these ranges, our class size is same, that is 20. We got HS20. Now the next question is whether we can divide all these values of the deviation with 20, that is class size. If the answer is yes, we will go to the next method, that is the step deviation method. Else we will retain the assume mean method. Here the answer is yes, we can easily divide all the values of the deviation with the class size, which is 20. So we will go to the next method, which is the step deviation method. So this is the formula of step deviation method. Here we have to calculate Fy into Ui. For that we have to calculate Ui, which is deviation upon class size. So here we will divide all these values of the deviation with 20, which is the class size. Minus 60 upon 20, it is minus 3. Minus 40 upon 20, it is minus 2. Further, it is minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. If you are feeling I am going slightly fast, you can pause the video and check all the calculation. Okay, it will be helpful. We got Ui. Next step, let's find Fy into Ui, in which we will multiply all the values of Fy with all the values of Ui for each row. Here for the first row, 4 into minus 3, it is minus 12. 5 into minus 2, it is minus 10. Further minus 13, 0, 14, 16 and 12. We got the value of Fy into Ui. Let's add all the values of Fy into Ui to get sigma Fy into Ui, which will be 7. And also we need the addition of all the values of the frequency. So sigma Fy, let's add all the values of the Fy, it is 68. You can add all the values of the frequency, or you can refer the question. The data is given with respect to 68 consumer. So the data is already given, but still you are open to add all the values of the frequency. So this is the formula of the step deviation method. Here A, which is assumed mean, which we know it is 135. H, we know it is 20. Let's put all the values. On solving, we got the mean as 137.05, which is the answer. We got the mean, we got the median, and we got the mode. That is the answer of the question. Okay, we have done with the question number 1. So students, we have done with this lecture. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. If so, please like, share and subscribe. And also check out the description for various resources related to class 10, like the continuing lecture, the lectures related to other topics, and the PDF of the formula list. All this in the description, check it out. So that's it for this lecture. Thank you very much for being with CREATA Classes. Have a great day. Bye for now.